This is a reply to Geordie's letter. Man, Geordie, your letter was welcome. To me, it just came as a shower of saffron rain in the springtime and a languishing withering flower. A letter frae hame, man friend Geordie. Had ye been near us to see the glad, grateful look in our faces and the bright gleam of joy in our ee? Faith, I'm thinking ye'd often tak notion to write us at odd times a line, to mark to us brighter and clearer the faces and scenes o' lang syne. Just to bring to this toiling existence a bit gleam o' sunshine frae Thornhill, a glisk o' the nith and the cundy, a whiff o' the air o' the gill. Oh, often sit down and I wonder what brought us away out here. Sae far frae our kith and our kindred, sae far frae the friends we loe dear. But I see there's nae use in repining, and we'll just have to work our share, and by hard honest toil endeavour, to drive frae our hearts dull care. All the same, I would rather hae little, and get coin Thornhill my hame, than hae thousands o' dollars yet destined to live and die here in Maine. Man, I gaed your respects to my father, and read him your letter all through, and the poor body sat wi' his een shut, and his wrinkled old horn on his brew. He ne'er spak a word or made movement, till I came to that part where he said, it was where sae hurt you to tell us that Douglas, the barber, was dead. Man, he looked up sae frightened and waesome, and the tears made their tracks down his cheeks. Then he hurpled way Ben to his closet, but never a word did he speak. And when I looked Ben, he was kneeling, and lifting his heart up in prayer, to the God who had welcomed Douglas to his hame and his rest up there. Fair body, he's getting gey frail, and Donner's but little out by, just sits wi' his Bible and burns, and ne'er fashes but horsepies or kye. But he's keen on a crack about ploys that are hid mang the deep midst o' time, who dream state mirched ower frae Penpunt wi' his head in a salt butter bine, who fleet-footed Leach and Bob Brown eens wagered to run to the Keir. They'd a drappy in and gaed wrang, and were stopped running through Durrisdeer. And he chuckles and laughs when he tells who cave it the clogger fell down and prayed for his life frae Magritte, wha was playing the ghost down the toon. There's naething he gets here in Maine half as good as he got in Thornhill, and no with the choicest of wines he kept on about Middleton's Yill. The sweetest wee singer out here sings The Lass wi' the Bonny Black Een. My father says, humph, gie me Glen, and his 1,000 a year gaffer green. I could ne'er fill a page wi' his ways, but frae what I have said you will see, there's as much o' his heart in Thornhill as there was in the year 73. You ask about my young sister Jean. Well, she's married and getting on fine. Her man has a grand far-up job on the New York and Overland line. Then Davy, my brother's a vet. He owns a fine ranch furrer west. You mun tell Thomas Milner from me that the name of the ranch is Black Ness. And the first time you're up at Langmire, just tell them we have taken that name for a house we have built near the river, and which early next fall we'll go hame. Abune all, man George, will ye mind to go and see old Mrs. Rose, and you'll gie her whatever ye buy with a note which herein I enclose. It's an old story now, who her Mary and me keep it company lang, but it's fresh in my mind as if painted anew by old Father Time's hand. I will mind the nicht when we parted, at the head of the old toon brae, and we stood saying little in Hertshire, till nicht near marching we day. And a hush which seemed sacred was lying, enfolding the quaint sleeping toon, and we vowed to be true to each other by the licht of the red harvest moon. Then her shilpit bit horn so must should her, and her heart was as broke by a sigh, when she kissed me and nestled beside me, spoke a fond and tearful goodbye. 'Twas forever. I often am carried in dreams to the spot where her rest is tended and watched by the sun, till it drops 'mang the gold of the west. There the mavis at night sings his song, and bids his farewell to the day. The blackie in rich dulcet notes pipe sweetly his amorous lay. Within sight o' the dear Auburn hills, remote frae o' sorrow and strife, she lies, and in her dark grave is buried the love o' my life. But nae mair o' mysel', I'm in haste, for it's late and I've near said my say. And this was no my intention to gie you the news of the day, only to open a family cupboard, to show who we're all getting on, to ask for the friends still among ye and honour the names that are gone. So in closing, I'll ask ye to mind us to all the dear friends ye still ken, and across the stormy Atlantic, our greetings this new year we send. And you'll tell Peter Brun that we're will, that my father oft mentions his name, and he says if they ne'er meet on earth, they'll meet when they're both ca'd hame. And now, my friend Jordy, goodbye. May your sleep be aye resting and soon. May the God o' our fathers be yours, as the prayer o' yours truly, Tom Brun.